Now on this video, I will go over how Alex Hormozi scaled his coaching business from $0 to $1.6 million a month, leveraging the growth model. Now I want to change your life in this one video because your ability to scale and sustain your business now depends on how focused and how disciplined you are at keeping the main thing being the main thing, which is what? Leverage. Now I'll walk you through the three main bottlenecks keeping your coaching business from scaling past 100K a month in profit, and how Alex Hormozi and many other people that you probably know, such as Cole Carden or Sam Ovens, how they were able to solve these problems, and how Alex managed to scale his coaching business from $1.6 million a month, from 0 to $1.6 million a month. Now, you probably already know Alex Hormozi. He's pretty much everywhere right now online, and you probably already watched his content, right? But before I actually go over how he was able to scale his business, what was his model, what was his offer, and his client acquisition, I want to give you guys a quick background because I think it's really important to understand the thought process behind the genius. Now, when Alex started, he opened his gym. When he first opened his gym, he was actually sleeping on the floor. He was in a state and a city where he didn't know anybody. He was basically staying in a warehouse, and literally his client will do the laundry for him, and he would have to take a shower at a gym center. I mean, a fitness center, LA fitness center. So basically it was hard for him, right, to start. But right after that, a couple years later, he started Gym Lunch in 2016 with his wife Layla, that you probably also know because she also makes content. And basically what they would do, they would simply go fly out and they would open and launch gyms to make a lot of money for these gyms. And since Alex built successful business in the past, he was now doing it for other people, right? So his model was pretty simple. He would literally fly out, open gyms, right, and scale these gyms during the first 30 days. He would keep all the profit, right? So he opens the gyms, launch them, keep all the profit for the first 30 days, and then he moves himself out and leave the customers to the gym. So the gym would actually keep on getting money through recurring revenue. So he would come in 30 days, boom, launch the gym, and then give the customers to the gym. That's how he was operating. But if you see where I'm going, you might realize that there's a problem with this model, because now he was stuck flying out, right, in person to these gyms. He was paying for the flight, the hotel, the food. He was also flying the whole team, and he would pay for the advertisement himself with his own money. So it was not scalable at all, right? It was not scalable. It was not, although he was making a lot of money because he has a lot of skills. He's a great marketer. It was just not scalable. So he switched now to a coaching business, right? After that, basically he met Russell Burston. You probably know him. I mean, he's everywhere on YouTube ads. I see him everywhere, right? But he's the CEO of ClickFunnels. So Alex met him. Basically, Russell told him that, yo, instead of going out there and showing them and doing it for them, right, how about you actually teach them and license your system and your process to your clients, and you'll be able to scale way more. So from there, Alex was able to take Gym Lunch from $0 to $50 million in revenue within 2 years. And during that time, he was able to remove himself from the business completely, right? And that's what I want to talk about, right? So this is for you. If you already have a proven way of getting customers, results, if you have the desire to scale but an ability to, if your current model is hard to scale due to the fact of that the bigger you're trying to scale, the more complex it becomes, right? The more overheads you have and the less profit you make, and the more annoying it becomes, right? To maintain your coaching business. Maybe you're starting to feel the impact of competition. That's a big one, especially as an online coach or consultant, or simply as a info product business owner. If you're starting to feel the competition, you're starting to feel like you're being commoditized easily, that's for you. And maybe you do know how to scale, but somehow month after month, quarter after quarter, you're stuck in the same position, making just enough to feel good about yourself, but not enough to feel proud about yourself. And when you're in this position, most of the time you find yourself working twice as hard just to stay in the same position, just to maintain your position, right? You want to avoid that, right? Maybe you have a lack of proper accountability as you don't have super talents in your team to keep you on your game. Maybe you also don't have any outside organization or outside firm holding you accountable on focusing on the main thing. Now, maybe you can retain any clients, and that's a big one also. That's pretty common. You can't retain any clients past 30 days or 90 days, right? So even if you can, you haven't figured out how to start charging more money. And even when you try to solve more problems, it just creates more complexity, and at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. The effort that you're putting in is just not worth it. Now, before I actually go over how Alex built his growth model and the thought process behind it, I actually want to let you know about something, right? Because right now, at the time you're watching this, every single business Alex has started since March 2017 has achieved $1.5 million run rate at least. So that's the bare minimum, right? And keep in mind, gyms don't make that type of money. They don't make that much money, right? According to the Small Business Administration, the odds of a single business, right, any industry, a single business in general, right, of even achieving $10 million a year, which is less than $1.5 million a month, the odds of this happening are 1.4%. That's 1 out of 250. Alex did that 4 times in a row, back to back. So we can tell that he knows what he's doing, right? He knows how to recreate success using this framework, right? Now, how does the growth model make your offer or service more attractive? Recently, I was actually reading this article about Annie Duke. Basically, she's an author, speaker, and consultant in the decision-making space, as well as a special partner focused on decision science. So she loves to dive deep into decision-making under uncertainty. So I was actually listening to her podcast, and she was asked about how to avoid mistakes while playing poker. She's really good at poker. She really likes to play poker. She's a decision maker also. So she got asked this question, and she shared this exercise that doctors are now performing when something goes wrong before a patient dies or while a patient is about to die. And this exercise is called postmortems. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but that's how you write it, right? And she said that instead of waiting for something to go wrong, you could perform the same exercise beforehand. Now, funny enough, Alex Hormozi leveraged the exact same exercise to build his offer, and I will go over this. I will show you how he did that, what was his offer. I'll also have an example that you can use at the end of the video, and I'll also show you how you can start to apply this right now to your business. Now, the main idea behind the exercise is basically when someone wants to scale their business, you want to solve every single step of their funnel, of the lead gen, appointment setting, sales. You want to solve every single obstacle in your business to make it unreasonable for you to grow. That's the idea behind this, right? If you apply it to business, right? Now, how you can create your offer and how Alex did, right? Now, the exercise itself consists of making a list of all the failure scenarios. So basically, you can literally pause the video and do this right now. But basically, the goal is to write down everything that can potentially keep your client from experiencing their desired outcome. So now, quick note though, because I know that as an online coach, as an expert, or an info product business owner, you want to know your client more than they know themselves. So for some of you, I know that doing this, you'll probably come up with like 50 ideas of failure scenarios, but you don't want to get lost like that, because what I would suggest you to do is to simply just take like 10 of your current clients or just 10 of your ideal clients and take notes of all of their failure scenarios in their journey as a client, and just take note of the failure scenarios that they have in common. And those are the ones that you want to use for the exercise, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to personalize your offer too much, because it's going to be hard to scale on the long term, but you get the idea, right? You wrote it down, right? And you want to write down everything that they have in common with this. And on the other side, you want to write down a mechanism attached to each one of the failure scenarios. So you want to build a mechanism that will solve this problem. And that's how you're going to be able to solve everything in their business. So you have a problem, failure scenarios, something that will basically just keep your client from experimenting their desired outcome. And to this, you're going to attach a mechanism that will solve that problem. And that's how you're going to build your offer. Now, Gym Lunch did the exact same thing. Alex Hormozi basically did the exact same thing for Gym Lunch. And what he would do is he would simply go ahead and ask himself, right, what would keep a gym owner from scaling and living a great life? Now, you can do this for yourself too. Let's say you're an online coach selling to agency owners. You're teaching people how to start their own agency. You could ask yourself, what would keep a small agency owner from scaling past $10K a month and living a great life? Now, Alex did that for his offer, and he considered the fact that the client he would work to, in general, they would have a capacity of 100 to 120 members, right? And they would charge on average $100 to $125 for their membership, right? So these are the main obstacles and scenarios that would keep a gym owner from living a happy life. Now, with his offer that I'm going to go over, he was able to charge $16,000 upfront for 16 weeks, for 4 months, for his gym lunch offer, right? I'm going to go over the deliverables now. So as you can see here, it's the same framework. The problems here, he lists all the problems, right? The failure scenarios. And to each problems, he attached a solution, a mechanism that he built for these problems. So for the first one, a commoditized offer, a great example is here. Gyms on average, they charge $100 to $125. And what I mean by a commoditized offer is simply just an offer that is easily replaceable, or just an offer that everybody else is offering. So every gyms were pretty much charging the same price for almost the same thing. So that was a problem, right? They have thin profit margin with, that's not really considered a high ticket product really, right? So Alex Hormozi would literally come in, he will build them a new offer, and now they were able to charge upfront $600. That alone, they already 6x their revenue right there. So he will build for them a new offer, which was a 6-week challenge built for you, and now they were able to charge $600 upfront. So that was for the first part. Now another problem: no proven way, predictable and affordable system to generate leads. Oh, great, boom, Alex would come in. His mechanism was simple: proven ads, proven targeting, and proven sales funnel built for you. Another problem: no follow-up or nurturing system. He would come in the business with a follow-up and nurturing sequence set up, done for you. That was the mechanism. And basically you get the point, right? It goes on and on and on. And that was his offer, basically. All of this, that was his offer. That's how he came up with it. He took all the mechanisms together and put them in one offer. Now, I actually want you to think about this now. Imagine, as a client, right? Imagine how much money they would have to spend on individual agencies to have access to all of this value, right? So for someone to build them a new offer, a new VSL, someone to run the ads, what else? Someone to edit content for them, a lot of things, someone for the appointment settings, right? All of this, all of these little expenses here and there, all of these agencies that are going to try to sell them, oh, we're going to do email outreach for you, all of the money that they would have to spend to have access to the same amount of value, they would have to pay like $100,000 on services per month just for that, right? But Alex Hormozi basically came in as the all-in-one guy. He was the one. Nobody could pull that off, right? Nobody can just copy paste all that. The amount of value he was charging in one offer was just crazy, right? People would not even look at the price at this point, right? And I did the exact same thing here, but for online coach and consultant, exact same exercises. You could just pause the video and literally go over it, right? I'm not gonna go over it on this video, but you can literally pause the video and take the same offer, put it in your business, right? Or for your clients if you're coach to coach, right? Now I actually want to go over here, which is the flow state. I like to call it the flow state, and this goes with the offer again. And Alex Hormozi did exactly the same thing again, because now this is in the position where you want to be, right? In the flow state. That's how I call it. But right now you're probably stuck here, because that's what I call the slavery flywheel of online coaching consultant. Because now you're finding yourself with a commoditized offer, like the example I gave here, right? Now the best example I could give for you, it would be, let's say you're an online coach selling to agency owners, right? You have a client, he starting his agency, right? He's having success, right? But now the problem is, the guy he's doing like 1,000 outreach a day as an agency owner, which is really good, booking a lot of calls, closing a lot of calls and everything. But the problem is that he's selling Facebook ads. Maybe you don't see the problem here, but we're at 2024. As an agency owner selling Facebook ads, the guy would find himself in a situation where he would just hop on a sales call, and his client, his prospect, will be literally like, bro, I can find someone from India doing Facebook ads for $100 a month. the same service that you provide for way cheaper. I could find somebody else doing it for me. And if I don't want to spend the money, I could literally go on YouTube and learn how to run Facebook ads, right? So the offer is not really valuable, right? Anybody else can do this. Anybody can copy it. It's really commoditized and it's really easily replaceable. You don't want to be in this situation. Now you can maybe tell him, okay, cool. Instead of just selling Facebook ads, go ahead and sell short form content on top of this. Now that's cool, but the agency owner, your client, he's probably gonna go up to his prospect and be like, he's gonna try to sell his own client on the idea of, oh, I'm gonna make you more money with short form content. He can make them go viral, but he's not gonna make them more money. I mean, if he make a viral piece of content, that's cool, but how he's gonna convert this attention, right? How is he gonna convert the views? It simply doesn't work, right? So those are examples of commoditized offer. The main problem with a commoditized offer now is that you have low closing rate, or you're only solving one obstacle and doing it just like everybody else. Anybody else can do what you're doing and you're easily replaceable. So your service now has a high, like the supply for your service is going crazy, but the demand is not catching up. So now you have to lower your price, and with low price comes thin margin. So now you have no leverage. You can't afford superstar talent. You can't afford superstar contractors, right? You can't afford superstar closers. And now you're delivering bad result. And that's where you're stuck in a cycle. From here, literally, with bad result, if not bad, average results, marketing is now working against you. So what your clients are going to do, they're not just going to leave you. They're also going to talk behind your back. So now marketing is working against you. They're going to say, oh, don't work with this coach. Don't work with them. They suck, etc. Now you have low closing rate. Low retention rate. You can't afford to acquire better clients, and you're just stuck in a cycle. So you want to get out of there to come in the flow state, right? Now with the growth model flywheel for online coaching consultant, basically with a growth offer, the offer I just went over, right? Like Alex Hormozi did, he was able to charge so much value upfront, and he was also able to charge so much with the money. With a growth offer like that, you're solving every single obstacle faster, effortlessly, and you have a no-brainer offer, right? The example I just gave you in the beginning of how much money your client would have to spend to have access to all of this. If you're the guy that comes in and you're like, I'm going to take your business, I'm going to solve this, and I'm going to get you there. You're literally taking your clients to where they are, from where they are to where they want to be, right? If you come like that as the all-in-one person, that's a no-brainer offer for your clients. They will literally feel stupid to say no. Now, no-brainer offer with leverage fulfillment. With that, you're able to charge way more. Alex Hormozi was able to charge $16,000 upfront for 4 months. Right, and after that he will basically upsell and downsell, right? So after 4 months, since he was able to deliver so much value in such a short amount of time, basically when his clients will experiment so much growth, they will literally start facing other problems. From there they will be facing other problems, and after the 4 months, after making a lot of money with him, people will literally come in and they will make back their money after a month or after a couple of weeks. So now he was able to give them like $100,000 more in their revenue to $300,000 more in their revenue, and they were now able to afford to work with him long term on a recurring revenue basis, right? So he was able to upsell his clients even after the 4 months, the 4 month offer, right? Now with high price, you have much more profit. Now you can afford superstar talent, and once you get your hands on superstar talent, once you get your hand on high performing person and you're able to build a high performing team, you're delivering amazing results to your clients. And that's why I call this the flow state, because notice how one thing leads to the other, right? Now with amazing results come high retention rate, and now you can afford better attention, and you can also upsell on the downsell like Alex Hormozi did, right? Again, same thing. Exactly what Alex did with Gym Lunch, right? His Gym Lunch offer, he was able to charge $16,000 for 6 months. He had the most attractive offer in the market due to the speed and the quality of the result that he was giving to his client, right? With high ticket price, you have more profit, you're able to have more leverage and higher talent. Now, something that Alex Hormozi did, not only he invested a lot in his team, he was making so much money that he was able to reinvest in the research of his business. So basically, he would invest a lot of money in ads. So he would actually look at every single creatives, because he started this pretty early when he was one of the first person to hop on Facebook ads. So he leveraged this. He was investing a lot of money on Facebook ads, watching, okay, which creatives are working the best, which creatives are performing the best, and which platform works the best for this type of content, etc. So he was able to invest a lot of money there. That's why he was able to be the best in his industry, right? So he was giving the best result in his industry, and with that comes more clients, the more insight they were able now to also have access to his upsell price model, right? Now, before I actually go over how you can start and implement this for yourself, I want to let you know about something very important. Now, if you didn't know the definition of intelligence, the formula of growth. Now, if you didn't know, the formula of growth simply consists of the rate of learning plus your rate of change. And in other words, the quality of the knowledge and the insight that you're getting times how fast you put this in practice, how fast you change, right? Times the amount of time you consume that knowledge. That's what's gonna determine growth, right? Although Alex Hormozi is the GOAT, he is not the smartest marketer. That's the truth, right? But best believe that he put this in practice for sure, right? And that's not only gonna determine the quality of your growth, but how fast you grow, right? So someone who's smart is someone who acquires a lot of knowledge and skills faster and change his behavior faster, right? One thing that Jim Rohn says, don't know if you know the guy, you probably know him, right? One of my favorite speaker. Like basically his message always come down to this, right? Which is nothing is gonna change if you don't change, right? So if you're smart, actually the smart ones, right? The smart ones after watching this video are actually, well, the smart ones are probably already taking notes, but the smart ones are gonna stop this video, go back to where I went over the pre-mortem exercise. They're actually gonna take note and implement the exercise for themselves, right? They're gonna go ahead and change their offer for this exercise, and they're gonna see the results for themselves. Those are the smart people. Now, there's maybe you're watching this VSL up until now and you just don't fit in the situation, right? Maybe you're just not a fit for that, and that's cool, right? But I'm really talking to the people that are feeling targeted, right? To the people that are in this situation right now, are trying to get out of this situation. They're watching this right now, knowing that it could literally change your life, right? Knowing how the best did it so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Those people, the smartest one out of them, are the ones that are actually gonna, if needed, go back and rewatch the video, but they are the ones that are gonna go ahead and implement this for themselves, and they're gonna go and see the difference for themselves. Now, if you have the knowledge, right, the thing is right here, right? You're probably stuck at 10K a month or 20K a month, whatever situation you're in right now. You're trying to get, let's say, past 100K per month profit. You want to make maybe more than that, right? Hopefully, right? You're here, you're trying to get there. You have the knowledge, you already have access to it, right? Only thing you need is execution. So you have the knowledge now, but the execution and implementation of this model is what will take you from where you are right now to where you need to be. But if you want, okay, after watching this video, if you want to design your 6-month 100K per month profit implementation plan, if you want me to design and give you a walkthrough of our growth leverage fulfillment structure, if you want me to walk you through $15,000 plus growth offer creation process, how to create an offer like Alex Hormozi did, right? A growth offer. If you want me to walk you through, if you want me to design your growth acquisition infrastructure, right? Book you 50 to 100 calls per week. And literally you would have yourself, right? You would have access to appointment setters that would already be trained for you. I would simply just place them in your business. If you want to have access to all of these resources, if you want have access, if you want me to walk you through the growth pricing model, right? How I was talking about how you will be able to charge upfront 10 to 15K per month, upfront, and later down the line, downsell and upsell like Alex Hormozi did, right? If you want me to walk you through the leverage retention model, right, what I just went over, you can also just simply book a call with me, right? But once you book a call with me, we'll review your current model, offer, pricing, fulfillment, and the most importantly, your current client acquisition infrastructure. So your lead gen, appointment setting, sales process, and everything, right? So you do you, right? At the end of the day, if you wanted to give yourself a favor, right? If you want to have accountability, save yourself time, resource, and energy. If you're an action taker, like I just showed you, right? You want to implement this right away. You don't want to wait, right? You're impatient, and so that you can avoid having to bump your head everywhere to learn the hard way, you can book a call with me, right? So I can implement for you the strategy plan ASAP, and you won't have to do nothing on your behalf, right? Maybe also you're watching this, you're seeing the value, you're also a smart person, so you also want to implement this for yourself, but you rather like to choose the long and hard way. You can also implement it by yourself, right? Both ways, at the end of the day, they lead to the same destination, which is freedom and prosperity. So you do you, but I don't care if you do it through me, through the video, whatever. All I want for you is to actually implement the value, right? I don't want you to be a dummy, right? I want you to actually just take action, right? Now, at the end of the day, I am very, very grateful for the attention that you invested. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this. And thank you for implementing all of this.